Hello, this is Cubing Society, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to clean your Rubik's Cube. Now I have here on the left side the GAN 11M Duo, and on the right side I have the WRM Lite by Moyu. Now I've chosen both these cubes because each cube has their own internal mechanism. I will show you this by opening the GAN. Make sure you only use very little force when opening your cubes, as they should come out naturally. If we have a look at the GAN cube, we have a very simplistic design that you would see on an average 3x3 with an average torpedo at the top, and it connects like this. While if we compare it to the WRM, we see that the innards are more complex. They have more of a bump here, and while they have a smaller stalk than the GAN, and overall more complexity and harder to clean out. What you will need two pieces of towel and a toothbrush of sorts for getting into small areas of the cube. Starting off with the GAN cube, you want to get one of your pieces of towel and lay it under the cube, as you don't want to get your desk dirty. Now gently pry apart your cube like this. Preferably take out the centerpiece first with very little force, and then the corner, and then from then on you can disassemble the entire cube. Now for the corner piece, you can take your other cloth and then wrap it around the stalk of the corner piece, and then just rub with a bit of force. That will clean this area, and then just on each side like this. If you do have little parts left, then that's okay, because getting your cube 100% clean isn't gonna happen. Now for the centerpiece, you will have more difficulty, as this, like for example, this piece of dirt is very lodged in there. So you will take your toothbrush and just slightly rub against that on both sides. This will get rid of any gunk that's in there, and then also here on each side. This toothbrush especially helps, as the GAN has a hex pattern along here, so you are able to get into those grooves. Moving on to the WRM, this cube is very delicate when opening, so you have to make sure your cube is already well broken in before trying to pry it apart, because I have had corner stalks being broken off. So I'd recommend turning the top face 45 degrees and then just slightly pushing down here and pulling out the centerpiece with very little force, and then pulling out the corner piece on the side. So again, you want to get your mat here so you don't get anything messy, and your toothbrush. We're using the toothbrush a lot more in this one, as it's a bit more complex. For the corner stalk, again, come in and just rub the end of it so to get it clean. Sometimes there's a bit of residue in here, so just go along on each side with a toothbrush and clean it out. And then for each of these sides, just go along with your towel again and clean it out. As for the corner piece, now the middle piece collects a lot more gunk, as you can see, and is very hard to clean for some people, as they don't know the right way to do it. So for this torpedo part up here, you just want to lightly use your toothbrush to get into this area here specifically. Do it on the other side. You can see there's all the gunk in there. Go across, gets out, and then make sure here and here are clean as well. Okay, moving on to this, there is a very like dotted pattern here. Because these, you can't really clean these out by doing a sideways motion. You have to do a more tapping to get the brushes in there, and that cleans it out. Again on the other side. Now you want to make sure you've cleaned under here and here with the brush. Do that on the other side. And then get your towel and just wipe off the edges here for any residue that you may have on the piece. And that is how to clean your WRM. Once you have reassembled your cube, you will notice that it's very dry of a feel, so you will have to reapply your lubricant. And there will be a video coming out next week on how to lubricate your cube properly and making sure that it gets properly inside your cube and doesn't just get out on the outside and you have to do it in a week again. Stay tuned. This has been Cubing Society. See you later.